Northeast Arkansas News is brought to you by Glenn Sane.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for your Northeast Arkansas Late News. I'm Josh Egbert.
And I'm Meredith Mitchell. For decades, Jonesboro experienced setbacks in attracting large athletic tournaments and tourists because of limited hotel space.
But a new hotel opening is helping to turn all that around. Northeast Arkansas' Simone Jamison has more.
A new Holiday Inn hotel opened in Jonesboro Thursday night, and booking is quickly becoming a success. General Manager Stephanie Roberts says staff filled over a dozen rooms in the first few hours.
We've had people trying to come in and book rooms for several weeks now. I think everyone is just excited to have the holiday back in Jonesboro. Been looking forward to it very much.
The Holiday Inn is one of at least 4 hotels making a debut in Jonesboro. It provides a full-service restaurant and other amenities. Making all 102 of the guest rooms here at Holiday Inn tech-savvy was a big point of focus for hotel owners. In any given guest room, you can find at least 8 USB ports to plug in all of your digital devices. The goal is to draw large crowds. The Avid, Courtyard by Marriott, and NBC Suites at Arkansas State University are all moving forward with construction. Jerry Morgan of Jonesboro's Advertising and Promotions Commission says the city's hotel boom expands the potential for tourism.
Will help us provide additional tax revenue from the 3-cent hotel tax that we can then reinvest in the community. Right now, you see a lot of times the hotels stay full during the week, but not on the weekend, and our goal is to help offset that to really push it towards weekend travel.
Jonesboro's hotel growth will help the city jump major hurdles, including attracting large athletic tournaments.
Not only will we bring in new people, but we'll keep our existing families in town to shop and eat in our own restaurants. It could be just a huge benefit overall for Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas.
Morgan says Jonesboro's A&P Commission will continue to invest funds in area hotels to increase weekend bookings over the next several years. For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Simone Jameson.
Now, your first weather.
The heat and humidity hanging around across the natural state once again for our Friday. Looking at high temperatures, everyone is in the 90s, and those heat index values in a lot of the state were in the triple digits late this afternoon as well. Heat advisories were out for a lot of the area too for late this afternoon, and that lasted into part of the evening hours. Looks like most of those heat advisories will come to an end though as we get into the overnight hours. They start to cool off just a little bit. Not going to cool down by any big stretch of imagination, but should get temperatures by overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning back into the 70s. But more heat and humidity in the forecast over the weekend. Could still see an isolated chance of some rain. Looks like the better chance of rain probably coming on Father's Day. Let's take a look at our weekend forecast in 97. The forecast is high for your Saturday here in Jonesboro. But that heat index value once again could be in the triple digits from maybe 104 to maybe 106 or 107 is what it's going to feel like across much of the area. 95 on Sunday, Father's Day. Again, the heat index value over triple digits, so mostly sunny and hot weather. Again, could be an isolated chance of some rain coming in on Sunday afternoon. Any rain that does develop could have the potential of some gusty winds or some heavy rain with any of those storms that do pop up. Really more of the same into early next week, and we'll talk more about your weekend forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
The Arkansas Department of Health has issued new warnings following a case of possible hepatitis A exposure at the Steak and Shake earlier this month. The department says that an employee who tested positive for Hep A worked more days than originally thought. Those days now include May 23rd, the 27th, the 28th, and June 3rd. That employee didn't have symptoms at the time and no longer works at the restaurant.
Well, construction workers will soon be busy at Craighead Technology Park.
Northeast Arkansas's Alexis Padilla tells us about the newest addition to the park that is stealing the show.
We worked with Rivsever for approximately a year as they were making a decision to locate in Jonesboro, and this is a great day.
After months of working together, Jonesboro Unlimited and Rivsever are finally breaking ground for Rivsever's first U.S. facility. Rivsever is a steel manufacturing company from China. They chose to build in Jonesboro out of 70 different cities.
When you get an international company like this that recognizes that and puts in a facility that's now going to supply companies like Caterpillar and other great companies here in North America, you're going to see a lot more jobs come around this, a lot more growth, and a lot more momentum.
Now that ground has officially been broken for Rivsever, construction workers will soon be seen out here moving around dirt on the corner of C.W. Post Road and Barnhill Road. Phase 1 is expected to be complete by next summer. Rivsever is investing $20 million in this facility. Once it's complete, it will create more than 100 new jobs.
We anticipate 130 jobs here, and that's just the beginning. So I think it's really going to be a significant economic boost to our community and our region.
The economic impact will be seen across the city, not just with the employees.
It means more people have disposable income in their pockets to go out to the restaurant, go to the grocery store, and maybe buy a new car, or, purchase that first home. All that, resonates throughout the entire economy. So we'll see those impacts immediately and for the long term.
For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Alexis Padilla.
Several community leaders in Jonesboro are preparing a local park for a historic celebration tomorrow. The Juneteenth celebration, hosted by KLEK FM, kicks off Saturday at the University Heights Lion Club Park. Attendees can look forward to a fun-packed community event that highlights the importance of the Juneteenth holiday. Juneteenth, also known as Juneteenth Independence Day or Freedom Day, commemorates the announcement that declared the end of slavery in America back in 1865. A-State professor Dr. Sharice Jones Branch says the event is an educational experience for all.
It's a significant celebration of freedom and for people who were prepared to build lives and experience life outside of the confines of slavery.
The importance of this event is for us to remember slavery, not necessarily dwell on it, but just remember it and try to move forward.
Jonesboro's Juneteenth event will be packed with speeches from Mayor Perrin, Police Chief Rick Elliott, among other public figures. Festivities run from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
Well, you may want to check your pantries tonight. Kellogg is issuing a massive voluntary recall of Honey Smack cereal because of potential salmonella poisoning. Health officials say 73 people have been infected in 31 states, including 24 who have been hospitalized. Now, affected boxes have a use-by date of June 14th, 2018 through June 14th, 2019. Kellogg says people should throw out the boxes or they can contact the company for a refund.
And the real estate market continues to break records. Real estate broker Redfin reports the average home went under contract in just 34 days during the month of May. Of the homes that sold in May, 27.6% sold above their list price. Experts say while it's still very much a seller's market, price growth and rising mortgage rates may be pushing buyers to the limit of what they're able to pay.
Mortgage rates shot up this week after 2 weeks of declines. Lender Freddie Mac says the average rate on a 30-year fixed home loan went up to 4.62%. That's close to the highest level this year. The 15-year, which is a popular refinancing option, increased to 4.07%.
And there's good news for renters who may be struggling with affordability. Although rent prices have increased over the past year across much of the country, there are some bright spots. Several cities are experiencing modest price drops due to new construction projects. Portland, Oregon had the biggest decrease, followed by Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Seattle, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and St. Louis. The slowdown in rent growth is due in part to an increasing supply of new rental inventory in many cities.
American Express is going after millennials with a new card and perks linked into it. The new Cash Magnet card gives users the chance to earn cash anytime they make purchases. American Express Vice President Liz Berman says that the card is a response to customers' demand for purchase rewards. Now, cardholders can earn money on several types of purchases. Previous cards only gave cash back on supermarket and restaurant transactions. An additional highlighted perk includes a $150 bonus if cardholders spend $1,000 within the first 3 months.
A day after closing its $85 billion deal with Time Warner, AT&T is ditching the name. Time Warner is changing its name to Warner Media, according to a memo from John Stankey, the new CEO of the media company. Stankey made note of the unusually long and bumpy road it took to get to this point, as AT&T acted fast after a judge ruled in favor, looking past the government's antitrust lawsuit.
Well, the 100 days between Memorial Day and Labor Day are considered the deadliest stretch for drivers out on the road.
As the summer driving season shifts into high gear, Chevrolet engineers have developed a unique concept to address a major safety hazard.
Meg Oliver has more.
Dashcam video highlights the dangers of drowsy driving.
Is it just because you're tired? How much did you sleep?
Getting behind the wheel without enough sleep accounts for nearly 10% of crashes in the U.S.
You're going to be fully loaded.
To drive home the point, Chevrolet developed this drowsy driving simulator suit.
How much does all of this weigh?
I think it was 23 pounds.
Weights are strapped around your ankles, wrist, and chest.
It's even hard to walk.
I know, it's crazy.
Computer-controlled goggles complete it.
Let's go for it. Let's get in.
We tested the suit on a controlled track.
We're going to go to 20 miles per hour, and you're going to take my vision away for about a second.
Yes, every 4 seconds, you're going to have a flash of 1 second.
This is the view from the driver's seat when the goggles go dark.
That was not good.
You hit a home that time.
According to the National Sleep Foundation, 60% of adults admit to drowsy driving, and 37% have fallen asleep at the wheel.
If you're yawning a lot, that's a good sign. If you actually can't remember the last couple of miles, the last couple of exits, you definitely want to consider getting off the road.
Just this month, a driver in Florida crashed into a toll booth. One of the passengers flew through the windshield of his car but survived. State troopers believe the driver was either asleep or fatigued at the time.
The biggest thing you can do is get engaged.
Safety experts say at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night is the only way to keep you safe on the road. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
If you start feeling tired but can't get off the road, Chevrolet's safety engineer recommends using hands-free devices to call a friend, engaging your brain with mind games, or using your car's technology to avoid drifting.
Well, still to come here on Northeast Arkansas News, there's a growing sense of anger over the president's administration policy separating undocumented immigrants from their children.
The White House, though, defending that policy. What they're saying and reaction from the president.